family, welcome back to Howling with the Big Dog. Today, before we get into the games, let me welcome you to Streetdawg Worldwide's Howling with the Big Dog. It's me, Steven Stewart, the original Streetdawg, and I'm here today with the big man himself, Mr. Elijah Stewart, also known as Popz, the Big Dog. How you doing today, my man?
All right, still getting still cool out here. I didn't sit out on the patio this morning. It was a little too chilly.
Yeah, it was chilly here in the high 50s, mid to low 50s to start off
Yeah.
this morning here. So it's that time of the year.
Oh yeah, we got it. Hey, buckle up because the winter is coming.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah. Before we get into the games, specifically the World Series and the mid-season of the NFL, we got to talk about something that's hitting hard in these streets, Pops. The government shutdown. It's not about politics, it's people's lives. Low-income families, senior citizens, military households, airline workers. All of them are feeling the squeeze right now. Millions rely on SNAP food assistance, but with federal funding being stalled, more than 42 million Americans could see their benefits slashed or delayed. Meanwhile, service members are already reporting pay discrepancies. Some active duty troops and their families are being underpaid by hundreds to thousands of dollars. Civilian federal workers, imagine missing your paycheck entirely. If this shutdown lasts long, an estimated 4.5 million paychecks could be withheld from federal employees. Programs like WIC, which helps millions of mothers and infants, are already at risk of running out of money. HUD and housing programs are stretched, trying to keep rent and assistance flowing. When those systems falter, senior citizens on fixed incomes feel it instantly. Hey, this shutdown is threatening the safety nets that so many people depend on. So today, we got to talk just not about what's broken, but who's got to carry the weight and how communities survive when governments fail. So, Pops, let's dig into it. You've seen a lot of crises in your lifetime, Pops. When you look at this shutdown, what's the first thing you worry about for low-income families?
They won't be able to feed their kids and keep a place for them to stay, keep a roof over their head. That's my worry. The kids, grown-ups, if you don't, myself, I no matter how bad it get, I think I can survive it. But people with kids, I feel sorry for the kids because they have no idea how things, can get, how bad things can get. And we are in the 28th day of this shutdown, and each day it get worse and worse
And work.
and worse. And if it lasts another 2-3 weeks, the food bank's gonna be empty. WIC and SNAP is gonna run out of money, and like I say, the kids is ones gonna suffer. Grown-ups, they can miss a meal or two, but it's gonna be hard on these youngsters trying to go to school, function in school, keep their mind on what they're there for, and don't think about their stomach being empty. And I don't understand the government that's in control of this. See, these people are getting paid whenever their pay period comes up. Congress, the House of Representatives, senators, all these people are getting paid. They are not missing no paycheck. So they really don't give a damn. Democrats and Republicans, they're getting paid. They're not missing no money. And how they can stand by and see the common people suffer like this, I just don't get it. I don't understand it. This is cruel to the American people. It really is.
When benefits like SNAP and WIC are paused, does that push people into desperation? And what does real leadership look like during times like this, Popz?
It looked just like your president. He's got his ass overseas somewhere where he should be here, trying to iron out things here for his own America. For he want to make America great again. That's his theme. Seemed like he would be here trying to iron out things here, but he's overseas. We're trying to get people over there to kiss his butt instead of here trying to work out things. That show you right there. He could care less about America. To me, he want to charge other countries money to ship their stuff here. What good is it doing the poor folk? All of this is coming down on the poor people, small businesses, and stuff, people like that. He's hurting America, but he wants to claim he want to make America great again. I don't see how he's trying to do that.
Yeah, who was he trying to make America great for? And who was great? What part of America was
The
great back in
rich
the
people,
past anyway?
the rich people it's been great for rich people from the beginning, and that's all he's concerned about is keeping the rich people happy. No,
Because they
Democrats.
ain't worried about snack or WIC.
No, like I said, they getting paid. They're getting paid. They're getting paid. Just like Amazon. Amazon finna lay off close to 18,000 people.
For real?
They just had it on the news today, this morning. They finna lay off a lot of people.
Did they state why?
From what I gather, they said the business was running fine. They had plenty of business, but they're gonna cut back. And so I don't get it. Yeah, they just had it on Good Morning America this morning. They was talking about it. So, and government workers are not getting paid, the military. See, that's cruel right there. You got these guys over here got putting their life on the line overseas and everywhere else, here too, because they sending them to these cities. And he was saying, he was addressing some Air Force base, some base overseas, and he was saying he was going to continue to send troops to these democratic cities. You notice the ones that's ran by Democrats, them are the only ones he's sending troops into.
Yeah.
What kind of shit is that? You picking and choosing.
Like, why are you sending troops to Portland?
maybe the state is a democratic state. I don't know.
But there's no reason for them there's no martial law, no wars going on in Portland.
It ain't no martial, it shouldn't be no martial law and wars going on in no city in the United States.
That's the point. But Portland, yeah. Why are you going to Portland? That's crazy.
Yeah. Why are you going to Chicago? Why are you going to why you want to send them to Chicago, LA, New York? Why would you want to send them there? There's no street wars going on there.
No.
See, that's what I'm saying. He's picking and choosing the Democrats that don't lick his boot and kiss his butt. These are the people he's picking on. So getting back to how this country is done, it's just fading out, man. It's terrible. And like I say, the kids is the one is suffering. Because they had some ladies on there this morning talking about if WIC and all this and all the money and food banks run out, how she's going to survive. They said, hey, I'm going to try to make sure that they didn't put it in those words, make sure my kids are eating. So the guy asked her, said, well, what you going to do? She said, well, I didn't got to where I don't eat now, but my kids are eating, So it's going to get worse. It's going to get worse, man. I don't know. This country it's at the brink of falling. I mean, showing up falling apart. It really is. and it's right on the edge right now of getting out of control. To have people, yeah, he's talking about sending troops to these cities and stuff. He might have to if SNAP and all these people run out of money and can't people can't buy food for their kids and stuff. He's gonna have to put troops in these cities.
Well, some of these troops ain't getting paid, so they gonna have a
So
fit
that's what
too.
I'm saying. So everybody, but he wants them to go in and rough up the cities and stuff, but they're not getting paid. So I don't get him. You know, oh, we're gonna make America great again. Yeah, for the rich folks, it's been great for them all along. You know. So.
How can local communities, churches, and Black institutions pick up the slack? Or is it too much of a burden for them to carry alone?
But the thing of it is, if there's no food out there, how can they pick up the slack? That's the thing. They're running out of food. So no matter how hard, how bad they want to help, if you're not getting the food from these grocery stores and people donating food and stuff, how can you help? There's nothing out there to help with. That's the problem.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if I'm helping you and I run out, how can I help you? If
But
people
I
are
can't
not
help my
donating to
damn
me,
self.
right? So if people are not donating, these stores can't afford to donate to these food banks and stuff. How can the food banks help? They can't if they run out of food. The churches and places like that, how can they help if they are not getting the food donated to them? It's no way they can help. The only thing they can, the Democrats is done really piss me off, man.
The Democrats pissed you off?
Because okay, they see they're not gonna get what they want, but they're constantly running the country for their belief. They want it this way, and it's gonna be this way no matter what, no matter how bad the poor people are catching it. Why not go in and sit down and talk and get some of I'm quite sure the Republicans are willing to let you have some of what you want, but you're not gonna get everything you want. And open this country back up so people will be able to feed their families and stuff. I was noticing on the news this morning, they got the aircraft controllers. They're not getting paid. Guy said he got partial paid last pay period, but this period he got his check. It said zero pay. So everybody is feeling the brink of it. There is
and
no.
they might not get no back pay either.
Now how can they get back pay? And it's there's no money coming in for them to get their pay now. So how you figure to get back pay? This country now is going to be rich and poor. It's no middle class. You remember back, not 6 months ago, it was middle class, rich, middle class, poor. Now it's rich and poor. Ain't no middle class. Everybody's going to be poor or rich. You either or. You're either rich or you're poor. Middle class is gone. There's no such thing as middle class anymore.
Man.
So,
I mean, this is heavy.
What can you do? What can you do? But still, who's suffering? These women that got 5 and 6 kids. I feel sorry for the kids because these women jump out and got these babies and stuff to get on welfare, sitting on their ass doing WIC, food stamps, and shit steady having babies. Hopefully this will curb these younger women's coming up from having a lot of kids because they're not going to be able to feed them.
Let alone themselves.
It is sad that this country done got to this state. This country, it was struggling when other presidents was in, but not like this. Not like this. The last shutdown we had was when he was in before. And people didn't learn anything from that. The Democrats standing fast. Standing fast for what? To ruin poor, the people, they're making poor people's poor. That's all they're doing.
And then you got a big surge of immigrants who are learning English and they don't have any uh, situation of working. And I'm seeing some immigrants because I teach ESL, so I see how certain families are struggling
Well, they
with that.
started letting these immigrants come in here, and that's making it even worse on the United States because
Mhm.
everybody's got to eat, no matter what. You got to eat, and what they're doing, these food banks and stuff was helping everybody out. But they're saying that if this lasts 2 more weeks, the food banks more than likely gonna have to shut down because they won't have nothing to give out. So
Crazy.
what can you do? You notice with all this going on, he's overseas. He's not here feeling the brunt and people.
And have no comment on it either.
Right. And he's letting
Talking about what's
his
going on in Venezuela,
yeah,
trying to get
yeah,
that oil in Venezuela.
yeah. He's letting his cronies fight his battle here for him, you know. And he done told them, don't give in no matter what. The Democrats is gonna have to give in. And what the Democrats doing? They're falling right into the bag. See? And
And
whew,
then if you do got a good income coming in, you paying hella money because these tariffs is messing things up for everybody.
who started that?
Your boy.
Okay then. But he's making America great again. See?
So
All
you're
right.
damned if you don't got money, you're damned if you do. You
Well,
paying regardless.
the ones got money better start trying to figure out something to do with it so they can keep it. That's the thing.
Streetdawg Worldwide, howling with the big dog. Subscribe, make a comment, talk about your thoughts on what's going on with this shutdown. While families across this country are fighting just to survive, somewhere else the game moves on. Hey, this World Series is on fire, Pops, with the Blue Jays and the Dodgers. Every swing is carrying history. What's your thoughts on the World Series right now?
Hey man, I'm loving the game, but my eyes is red from staying up last night watching that whole game. I watched the whole game last night, man. That game was over 5 hours long and 18 innings. And my man from the Dodgers hit that solo home run. It was
Freeman.
a it was two other guys from the Dodgers hit balls they thought was home runs and they died on the one and
Freeman
fell.
hit one that was earlier that could have been a home run.
Yeah, if it was been daylight because
And
the
Will Clark and Freeman.
the humidity got him. It dropped that ball got out there, but they was hitting it too high for one thing, and it got up in the humidity and it just died. But it was a great game, man. And this youngster came in that hasn't pitched but I think altogether this year he pitched like 15 innings and he pitched the last 4 innings and he was great. He really was. He
Yeah.
he really held them together. And
So
so
what time they play tonight? They play at 4 o'clock?
I think the game started at 5 out here. I think it
Okay.
starts at 5. I saw Magic Johnson and what's his wife's name?
Cookie?
Cookie. Is that her name? Yeah, they was at the game last night. They showed them
Well,
at the
he
game.
was part of it, so he might as
Yeah,
well
we
be
got
out there and enjoying it.
he's drawing money off of them, so hell yeah. And it's right at home anyway. He didn't have fun to go home anyway. His chauffeur took him home anyway. So.
So
But
Springer got hurt. I think he tore or pulled the oblique muscle or something like that.
so I don't
George
know.
Springer
Yeah,
for Toronto.
he got nicked up. Yeah, he got nicked up. So I don't know. It's still. I still think it's gonna go 6 or 7. I think. But Toronto got to get one of these games.
To take it back to Toronto.
Well, they're gonna play 3 in the Dodgers could end it in while they're at home because they're gonna
Right.
play. They play 2 in Toronto, 3 here, and then 2 back in Toronto. Then it
Yeah,
ended up.
but so what I'm saying, Toronto got to win one of these next 2 games
Yeah,
to take it back to Toronto.
yeah, the 2 games. And if the Dodgers win the next 2, it's over. So they gotta get one of them.
So you buying that Otani is one of the greatest of all time already.
I said he's almost there. In this generation, he's the best player. Now he gonna pitch tomorrow. I mean today.
Tonight.
He's pitching tonight. Yeah. Now how many over the years, and baseball is what, 150 years old?
That's a whole game.
Yeah. How many players have pitched and hit home runs like he's doing? None. Now I put him up there with Satchel Paige when it comes to pitching, as well as he pitched. Satchel Paige wasn't a bad hitter either, but he
Dr.
wasn't.
Payne was a bad boy.
Yeah,
It's a
he's
shame he
nothing like.
didn't play in the majors.
Yeah, they didn't give him a chance to play in the majors when he was young because he'd have showed out. You know, he'd have been Jackie Robinson before Jackie Robinson. You know, so but right now I don't see nobody on the same level as Tony. I really don't. Now that's my opinion. I know I'm quite sure these people in baseball and got family in baseball and shit like that. I know they say, "Oh, this motherfucker don't know what he talking about. My son or my grandson or my nephew is just as good as him." Bullshit. Bullshit. Ain't nobody can touch Tony right now.
Yeah.
His 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 how would you put it? His demand, what he's doing, he's putting pressure on everybody else in baseball to play up to his standard. That's the only way I can put it. That makes any sense to me. He done set a standard, and I don't see no one coming up to it in the near future.
And he's doing 2 simple things that you are supposed to do in baseball. He
Right.
can pitch and he can hit.
And he can run too. He's got a little
That too.
speed on him. He's a big boy too. He's about 6'2", 6'3", 6'4", somewhere around in there.
It's pretty big. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So as an all-around player, there's nobody on his level right now. Not now. Nobody is on his level for the things he can do. And what's so good about it? He make everything look so easy.
Mm-hmm.
He don't, you get up there. He don't seem to be stressed out when he's at bat. When he's pitching, he don't seem to get rattled. You get a hit, a home run off him, maybe. He don't seem to get rattled. So I just feel that, like I said, I stand by it. You show me somebody is doing what he's doing or close to what he's doing, I'll back down a little bit. Until then, I don't see it's no one on his level. Period. So
Okay.
right now, he's the most valuable player. He's the most valuable player in these playoffs. Period.
Okay. So you see the Dodgers winning in 6?
Yeah, I really do. I was going to wait until the fourth game is over, and then I was going to make my predicament, but my prediction. But uh, I really think they're going to end it here in California.
LA.
I think the World Series will be over when the fifth game ends. I think it'll be over. I think they're going to win three here.
With
I really do.
Springer being hurt, that don't help.
Well, the thing of it is that, one guy can't stop no show. You got to, hey, somebody else got to step up. That's the way it was in their pitching last night. They went through they didn't have no pitchers. They had to go back and get the guy that pitched the full game the other night to warm up in case this young fella then couldn't finish the game. So, hey, one guy go down, somebody else got to step up and take his place and perform. That's it. That's the way it goes. So, man, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how Tony do that. If Tony can bring them home tonight, it's over. It's over.
All right. Well, switching gears, we're halfway through the NFL season. Which team has overperformed the most, shocking the league, Popz, in your opinion?
Indianapolis Colts. 7-1. They shocking everybody. Nobody could have foreseen this. I know I didn't. Now they might they might fall apart the rest of the way, but hey, they got everybody standing up taking notice now, buddy. And this kid, Gordon, he just done went crazy for Indianapolis. So right now they got everybody standing up, taking notice, scratching their head and carrying on. What the hell's going on in Indianapolis? What they feeding them? What they feeding them boys out there? Corn-fed boys. What are they feeding them? So I would say Indianapolis to me is the only team really that then turned the league on its head to me.
Okay. Which team is the biggest disappointment so far? And who deserves the blame? The QB, defense, or the coach?
I would say Dallas is the most disappointing.
As a disappointment?
Yeah. The most disappointing to me is Dallas.
Them Cowboys.
They're Cowboys. They got a good team. When the defense play good, the offense let them down. When the offense play good, the defense let them down. So I just feel that the quarter Dak, he played good up until yesterday was his worst game he had this year, but they still not winning. But I just feel that these guys, they just, some days they want to seem like, some days they want to play, and some days they say, well, hell with it. I'm just gonna go out there and go through the motion, man. I'm not gonna I'm gonna try to keep from getting hurt and go home to my family. So I just feel this, the Cowboys to me is the most disappointing team. I didn't look for a lot of teams to do well. The Carolina Panthers, I didn't look for them to do too much. New Orleans, the Browns, I didn't look for them to raise them. Tennessee, I didn't look for them to raise too much hell in the beginning. Miami, and there's like 4 or 5 teams that I didn't look for them to do too well this year anyway. So, but like I say, the most shocking surprise team to me is Indianapolis, and the most disappointing team to me is the Cowboys.
Right. Who's your MVP favorite right now? And can they sustain this pace deep into winter football around the playoffs?
Well, really, my MVP now is Baker Mayfield.
Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, that's my MVP right now. Yeah, I know what they lost the other day, didn't they? Yeah.
Okay.
Uh,
What about Jonathan Taylor, running back for the Colts?
well, he's got a
He's
lot
been
of help.
balling.
He's been balling, but he's got a lot of help too. Defense, he got a lot of his defense is playing well. But Baker and that offense have came back and three of their last 5 games, Baker and the offense have came back from being down and they have won. You know, 4 out of their last 5 games. So I would put him there. The kid from Indianapolis, he's on his heels. He's on Baker's heels. You know, I wouldn't be upset if either one of them won. If they keep playing the way they're playing, I wouldn't be upset with either one if they won MVP. I really would. And the ones you feel that thought was going to be doing well, they are not shining like everybody thought they would. Like Allen, Mahomes, Hurst, and oh boy got hurt, so I can't put him in there. Jackson got hurt, and but I tell you, another kid is playing very well too. This kid from Denver,
Oh
Bo
yeah.
Mix. Was his name Bo Mix or something like that? Yeah, he's playing well too. So I,
Wow.
Minnesota, Minnesota is letting me down. Green Bay. I know my grandson is happy. Green Bay beat Pittsburgh
Pittsburgh.
over the
Yeah.
weekend. So
Yeah, we uh concerning what this discussion we've had today, there's two sides of America. One that's struggling to eat and the one that's cheering for home runs and touchdowns.
yeah,
The ones where families are praying for paychecks and the one where when players cash in $1 million contracts.
yeah,
But here's the truth. Struggle and success are two ends of the same field. You can't win the game without taking some hits. You can't reach the end zone without first falling on the dirt. So as we keep howling, Street Dog family, remember this. Check on your people. Stand up for those who can't. And when the whistle blows, keep running your route in life. Because the real champions aren't always on TV. Sometimes they're just the ones surviving the week for their families.
yeah.
So until next time, Pops, you got any last words for the people?
No, as I always say, put God in front of everything that you do and say and see, and you can't go wrong because this country needs your prayers now. That we used to pray for the other parts of the world, but we need our prayers to be heard here now, and we're gonna have to work on things for things to come to a head and come to where people be able to eat again, and don't worry about getting paid and a place to stay and their kids being fed. So this is what we got to pray for now. And hopefully things will get better in the next few weeks. And if it don't, we're gonna be in a world of hurt. Gonna be in a world of hurt. So
Yeah.
let's pray and hope things come to an end. I hope this shutdown ends. 28. This is the 28th day. So let the people get behind these Democrats and push them to make sure that they get in there and sit down and talk to these people and get them to understand they are not going to get everything they want. So let's go in and get some now and some later down the road to get this country back open again. Until
Yeah.
this country get open again, it's going to be hell out here to pay. It's just as simple as that.
Hey, keep your head up, Street Dog family. Don't let the streets get you going crazy out there.
Really, really.
We'll see you on Thursday to give our picks for the weekend and give an update on what's going on with this shutdown, among other things. Keep living, loving, laughing, listening, and learning. And whatever you do, continue to take things one bark, one bite, one bone at a time. We'll see you later in the week.
Peace and happiness. Keep praying. Let's keep praying, folks. Because without that, I don't know if we'll be able to make it or not. And with that, I don't know if we're going to be able to make it or not. So let's keep praying.
All right. Have a good one, y'all.
Yes, sir.